one for all them haters. Two fat guys. No more waiting. Two fat guys. Podcast. Talk for all them haters. Two fat guys. No more waiting. Two fat guys. Podcast. Two fat guys. Oh, y'all thought it was over, huh? Hey, Crazy. Hey, Dan, come tell them.
Talk your talk, man. Talk your talk, brother.
I got something I gotta say. Say it loud. Hey, yo, worldwide exclusive. Two fat guys. Two fat guys. Podcast. Yeah. Two fat guys. Two fat guys. Podcast. Two fat guys. Two fat guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. As we promised this week, I am Dan Jones, one half of the greatest podcast in the world, the Two Fat Guys podcast. And yes, I say one and a half because my guy, Crazy Kevin, is celebrating his 156th wedding anniversary today. Congratulations to you, my guy. Hope you live to see, or hope y'all last another 155 years. That way I can joke y'all again another 55. But today, we have a special guest on the show. I don't even consider her a guest. We don't even consider her a guest. She's more like family. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Coffee and Tea podcast, Miss Kris.
What's up, Dan?
No, I don't got the little applause that he got, but I got the.
No, I told him I thought he was gonna make me to do all the hollering and screaming since he do it all the time.
Oh no, we ain't doing all that. I gotta learn. I ain't got the chops for that. That's his thing. That's his thing. I'm more the casual, cool guy. So
I'm with it.
I got you. This is a new show that we are debuting tonight called Roundtable Talk, where we discuss popular events that are happening in pop culture in the past and how they're affecting now in today's present time. And this we're talking about is a very special episode to me, as well as the guest that's on the show today. We're talking about the king of Hogwarts himself, Mr. Harry Potter. And with that being said, first of all, let me get into it. Miss Chris, how was your week?
My week was good. It has been a roller coaster. I just came back from Cancun, and then I had to hit the ground running with some stuff at the church. So it's just
Hey,
been super busy, but I've
that
been
explains the mellow
waiting for
yellow.
today.
That explains the mellow yellow.
Yeah, it's the toasted almond, sir. That's what it is.
What's the argument? I went to comic book convention today. Got some baseball cards, got a couple football cards, and a very rare exclusive comic book.
Okay. I thought
So
you was
yeah,
looking through vinyl earlier, but it must have been comic books that you was looking
yeah,
through.
they was all wrapped in plastic, like FBI was great taking, but that was hey, it was all there. Thank you, son. I appreciate that. Got my little VIP pass from the little last time I went.
Okay. But you went to a convention not too long ago too, right?
The Top Water Comic Con.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get to all of them. Just to scope out the scene, see how it is. It's something different for the podcast. Let's get our feet wet in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, so without further ado, let's read some stats on this Harry Potter franchise. First of all, let's get which one was your favorite episode or favorite book?
Oh God, my favorite book. I think my favorite book might have been probably The Goblet of Fire. Only
Okay.
because you find out so many other things and you see like you find out how Rita Skeeter gets all her information and it just takes you through so much more stuff. And it's the point where the series really starts to take a darker turn. So I think it's pivotal in the series.
Okay. I would honestly say that's actually probably my favorite too, and the movie didn't help me not like it either. It was like, come on now.
Facts.
But what I did find out from doing some research that it
My
wasn't
favorite too, and,
called.
and the movie didn't help me.
My bad.
Oh, that wait a minute, I got a twin. Oh Lord, two of me. Good God.
Oh God.
It, we're not doing this today. That it
No,
wasn't
no
really.
shenanigans with the two of us.
Oh Lord. The original book is called The Philosopher's Stone. I want to know why they changed it to the Sorcerer's Stone for the movie.
So the reason is because the Philosopher's Stone is more of an English terminology,
Mhm.
and Sorcerer's Stone has more of a wider appeal.
Eh,
I'm
I
I'm
would
just telling you the reasoning behind it.
I
Philosopher,
would
the
prefer
reason that they
philosopher.
changed it is that simple.
I would have preferred philosopher, my personal opinion, but
It makes it a little bit more exotic.
it it does. Question number one: early childhood. Was his childhood a major part of the film, and why?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying I don't think it didn't have to be. If they'd have started him off as an adult and worked their way backwards, we would have still found out that it was something wrong with his family. And I think the reason why they made it that way, probably more of an impact. So I mean, that's my opinion. We ain't had to go that far back. And what you think?
I actually think it does impact the story because you have to think about it. And you have to think about what put this in motion. So
Right.
though we don't find out until book 5 why Voldemort chased after Harry in particular, the premise behind why Harry does the things that he does. Like in the movie, it shows, and you only really get to see it in the extended cut of the movie when he goes to the reptile house and he disappears the glass and Dudley falls in, and then when Aunt Petunia turns around, the glass is there. You have
Opportunity.
to figure out why Harry's able to do all of these things. And starting him as a child, unknowing that he is a wizard, it makes sense as to then why he you get the Hogwarts letters and all of those things. So I think if you started him as he later becomes an aura as an adult and you
Right.
do the flashbacks, I don't think it would have had the same level of impact. I think it would have grown to that just because of the nature of the book series, but I think movie wise, it had a better impact.
Okay. Okay. So I'm kind of with it now that you done broke it down and explained that part. I'm like, okay, maybe him being a child is kind of like the growth. You get to grow with him as the movies go on. I'm just so used to it being, you know what, as an adult, 'cause the way movies work now, they work backwards.
Hmm.
So picture the Deathly Hallows Part 2, and then we're going all the way back to him being a child. It probably wouldn't have made as much money, but it would have made sense in a way to the adults instead of the kids. Because now you got to go backwards. And I think the way they did it now, you growing up from a child to an adult, you're growing with them. My team slithering in the back. Yeah.
Most definitely.
So I understand that one. Now, do you prefer the book or the movie?
I hands down prefer the book over the movie. And let me
Let me
tell
see if we
you,
got the same reason why. Go ahead.
you get all of the other. So what many people don't understand if you've never read any of the books, you get other lines of information that help to build the story versus it just focusing on Harry, Hermione, and uh what's his name, Ron.
Right.
You get the underlying stuff, like even the Voldemort track. You get um the animagus track, so you find other people that have the ability to change into these animals and to change back, and how that has also impacted what's going on. You get to understand a little bit more about the Dursleys, even though they are the family we want to hate. you get to understand why Aunt Petunia is the way that she is. And then you get to see in the book too how Dudley ends up changing to some degree when we get further along into books 6 and 7.
That's the Deathly Hollows.
Yes. So remember in the extended cut of the first part of the Deathly Hallows in the movie, you see when the Dursleys have to leave,
Hmm.
Dudley's questioning why Harry can't come. And then Dudley walks up to Harry and shakes his hand. You don't know why he does that in the movie,
That's
but
a
in the
fact. You
books
really
you
don't.
you understand and you get to see how Dudley starts to change a little bit, though he doesn't fully do it. You get to see the change starting to happen versus in the extended cut of that particular part of the movie, it seems very abrupt.
I didn't even think about that part. Like you really don't understand why he did.
Because remember, even though they show it in the movie, in the is it the I think it's the Half Blood Prince when Dudley gets attacked by the Dementor.
It is. It is.
So he understands that portion, but in the book you get more in depth of the other things that start to happen that Dudley starts to recognize, and then you see the change that leads up to that handshake.
I felt as though the book was much more in detail and creepier than the movie. Like because get out of there that easy in the book with them spiders.
Yes.
They didn't get out of that easy. I mean, come on, the call was there, but those spiders was biting. They were was it Ron was in the hospital for like a week.
Yep.
Harry was in there for what 2 weeks. Yeah, then
Hmm.
Ron went back. Like yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. They should have put that in the book. That'd have been like, wait a minute. First of all, I'm not going back here after seeing what happened to me and my homie still in the hospital. You want me to go back
Yeah, no.
to talk to him again?
First of all, you would not have gotten me into the dark forest to even go. Like follow the spiders. When that whole movie made me cringe. Like
Yes,
when we
indeed. I'm
got to
not a
the
spider
spider
fan.
part, like I was in my like I remember going to the movie to see that, and my level of cringe that came with that. Like
Yes,
I had a
indeed.
nightmare for like 2 days after seeing that.
Stop.
I'm arachnophobic, like I don't know what. Like I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
do
absolutely. If
spiders.
you got more than 2 legs, you got to go. You
Like
got to go.
I can't. And then to see a spider that big, like come on, bruh. Like absolutely
Listen,
not.
listen to me. When it came out, they said all he got to do is follow the spiders. In my mind, I was like, who? Who followed? Is no way. First of
Follow
all, me
what
and Harry would
spiders?
have been friends. Me and Harry would have been friends. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I'll see you after that. You let me know how that turned out. I'll meet you
I
back at the
could
castle.
I could have dealt with the basilisk. Like I'm cool with a big old ugly snake. Like I'm
Right.
fine. Spiders is where I draw the line.
Absolutely. I'll get the snake just because of the fact they eat spiders. I'll take that one. Here we go. Here we go. I can't deal with it.
I
It
can't do it.
be- it's because you don't hear them. I don't want nothing around me that I can't hear. You don't make it. I found out they scream.
Yes.
I did not know that. That spiders actually
Yeah, certain types of spiders scream. I
they
just I can't.
it was
I
one
cannot.
because doing the research that scene popped up on my phone, and it was like, you know what kind of spider this is? I was like, no. And then they did Google the research and they said, hey, this spider is known as a wolf spider,
Hmm.
which carries his babies on his back. And you technically basically can't kill it because if you step on it, the spiders are going to scatter.
Yes, the baby
And they're
spiders.
and they're all over the house. I'm like, if I ever see one, they said the thing you can do is put a plate under it and a pot. Hey,
And
what I'm
carry it
supposed to
out.
do? No, you're going in the pan, sir. You're not leaving.
Now listen. I lived in Florida, and
No,
when
sir.
I worked for the mouse, we had a wolf spider in our apartment. You didn't see it at first. You just saw like wolf spiders create like really thick webs.
Yeah.
And we knew it. We didn't know if it was a spider in it or not because you couldn't tell. One day I got up to go to said job working for the mouse, and the spider had come out. And I stood right there. It was over the doorway. There's no way I was walking out that door. Somebody had to come and kill it. I had to call one of my friends from another building. Somebody got to come kill the spider so I can go to work because I can't.
Yeah, I'm calling out today. There's no way I'm calling out.
No, not at all. Not doing it.
If there's not a blowtorch or some kind of a BB gun, I can't get near you. Let me first, first of all, listen,
Like I
listen.
can't.
I'm driving one day, and your hands is on the wheel. I'm cooling. Got the music bumping. Everything's fine. And Chris, the spider was no more but this big. It came from my mirror and drove straight down while I was driving.
I would have been off the road.
Listen,
Off.
listen to my daughter's cool. So I'm like, Vicky, can you please save my life? She said, what you mean? Like, I'm about to pull a car over. I need you to kill what's in front of me. And then she said, ain't nothing in front of you. It left.
Where'd it
Once
go?
it got down, I parked the car and got out and literally on everything I love. I had on nothing but my boxers outside.
Bruh.
We're gone. We're gone. The damn thing was on the dashboard looking at me like, why you naked?
No huntsman spiders, right, in Australia, they get inside the car. They find the warmer spots inside the car. So there was a lady who was driving. I saw this on TikTok. She was driving and the spider like climbed out of something in her car and was like sitting on her dashboard.
It was the vent.
Yes. The
The
vent.
vent. Boy, no way. You can have the car.
You sure can.
Now,
Especially
my-
for spiders, those spiders get to be huge. And in certain places they end up in the house.
listen,
There's no way.
when
You can have a house at that point.
there was a time when I wanted to go to Australia just to visit, and before I go places, I Google them.
Me
Were
too.
was dangerous. Netflix just happened to have a special that said the most dangerous places in America.
Yes, I
Number
remember
one,
that.
Australia. I
Yep.
said, "It's no way. It's no way." My ticket was booked to go. Looked at it. It said everything that's highlighted in red is dangerous in Australia. They highlighted the entire continent. I said,
Yep. I'm
who's
not
going
going.
there now? I'm
I'm
calling
not
back the
going.
plane company. I'm gonna go on.
Yep. I'm not going.
When you got spiders coming out of your shoes, under the
Snakes
bike
coming out the
seat,
toilet. I'm not. No.
mm,
No.
please don't come out of the toilet when I'm.
Nope. I can't. I can't. It's just it's just
What's
not what. So me and Harry could not have been friends. It just
we could have been
and I'm
friends
House
until that
Gryffindor.
part.
It no.
Until that part, we'd have been cool. We'd have,
Yo, that Dan, that's only year two, sir. Like you'd have been friends for a year and then it'd have been it.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't have came back next year to see, bro. We're not doing that. From all we got to do is follow the spiders. But okay, so now that we talking about friends, how important was loyalty?
What you
I hate
laughing
them.
at?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Uh
I don't. Let me know if you see it. I know you don't see it at the moment, but how important was loyalty to Harry Potter?
I don't know if loyalty was ever his thought process.
Right.
I think loyalty became the aftermath of everything that he went through. So you have to remember when he first was introduced to the world of magic, the only person he knew at that point was Hagrid. He didn't meet Ron and Hermione until they got on the train.
On the train.
And
Right.
then
Right.
they actually, like, Ron and him became fast friends, but it wasn't until the troll episode that it became the trio when Ron had said what he said about Hermione being such a know-it-all, an insufferable know-it-all at that point. Um, and they were talking about her, and she ended up in the bathroom when what's his name, Professor Quirrell let the troll out the dungeon,
Oh,
and the
that's
troll ended
the
up in the bathroom.
that
So
was still the first. That was the first one, wasn't
that's
it?
still the first movie, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the friendship became something when they kind of rescued, quote unquote, Hermione from that troll episode. So I don't think it was a loyal thing. I think it was more of a who can I depend on type of a situation.
And it
Harry,
became loyalty over time.
yes. So I think it became loyalty with Dumbledore faster because Dumbledore had information about his parents,
Right.
so I think for him and Dumbledore, it was more of a loyalty thing because remember in the first Deathly Hallow one, um, when he was with Elphias Dodge at the wedding, the article that he wrote about Dumbledore, and Harry was talking to him about all the stuff that he had read in the article, and then
Yeah, I
that old
remember that.
lady that was sitting next to him begged to ask the question, well, Harry, did you really know him at all? Because he found out he lived in oh, what's the name of the place?
You're not talking about Azkaban.
No, no, no. He was from the place that Harry's parents died in.
Oh, yeah. Oh man.
Like the name of it escapes me at this point.
Oh wait.
Um, it's gonna come back. Um,
God, just going back at the very end. Like, hey, there
I
it is.
know. Like here's the name of the place. He found that out. So I think as Harry saw things and encountered things as he was on this Deathly Hallows hunt, that the question of loyalty with him and Dumbledore started to become in question until he met up with Dumbledore's brother Aberforth.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I don't think loyalty was that important to him. Now Voldemort, on the other hand, loyalty was a definite
It's
piece for
everything.
him because he was pissed off at all of the Death Eaters when he was resurrected in the
But
Goblet of Fire.
the goblet of fire. Yep. I don't. Harry. For me, loyalty is to me it was established. Like you said, during the first one. But in however, it was prominent. It started cracking when they got older. I'm gonna say like hormones started kicking in because Ron really wanted Hermione something terrible, but
Yeah,
tried to
but
play
he
that
never jumped at it.
never jumped at it, and he always thought that Hermione wanted Harry, but it was like no, there was a they gave signs of them trying to date, but it really wasn't. And it turns out being Ron's sister.
Hmm.
Like that was a big swerve to me. Then when I read back in the book, like it really was her.
Yeah, conspiracy theory on that, but I'll wait.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh boy, that's a good one. But like you said, when it came to Voldemort, it was either you were me or you went. That's it. And like when they killed, I keep saying when they killed my man from Twilight. What was his name?
Cedric Diggory.
Cedric Diggory. I always call him Edward. Every time I see
Yep,
that
I
episode,
did
they kill
too.
Edward. They kill Edward from Twilight. But when they killed Edward, see, I did it again. When they killed Cedric, it felt personal. And then I think that's when Harry knew, like, dude, I need people. I got to stop playing around. Y'all are always there. Hell, we got suspended from the class together.
Hmm.
There's no way loyalty can't be that strong. But if it is, I need you on my side. And he was still kind of scaredy cat at that time. So do we really blame him for being a cat?
No, not really. And I mean, when you look at, I think you get loyalty in other spaces before you get it with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Because I mean, even in the what was in book 5, um
That was the
the
half
Order
blood,
of the
wasn't it?
Phoenix,
Order the Phoenix.
when you see all of them at the house. So you see Sirius Black, you see the other Weasleys, Molly and uh, what's Mr. Weasley. You,
Funny.
I love him. You
He's
see
funny.
what's his name, Lupin and Tonks and Mad Eye Moody. Like that's loyalty right there. Like though they were the Order of the Phoenix previously, like they've all kept in contact. They still work together. They're all still a part of this to try to band together again to get rid of Voldemort. Even though they believe Snape is a turncoat, there's still
Snake
some
was
level of
always
loyalty
questionable.
to him too.
He was always questionable. The whole series, he was questionable.
But in the book, you find out earlier. I mean, it's still in the Half Blood Prince, but you find out more in depth of why he is the way that he is. You see snippets of it in the movie, but the book gives you a little bit more detail. Um, but I think you find loyalty in those spaces. You find um and then you ultimately see loyalty between Snape and Dumbledore. You
You
talk
do.
about loyalty, like that's loyalty beyond any measure I think that you could have ever gotten between Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Like the two
And
of
them two been
them,
in the mud together.
facts.
So my question to you is, on a note is, how can I put it? Um, was there loyalty to Harry, or was it loyalty just to the order to get rid of Voldemort, or was it loyalty just because of his punks?
Mm, I think
Because if
that's
it
a
wasn't for his
really good
parents,
question.
they wouldn't have invited Harry to none of that if it wasn't for his parents.
True, but I think because I don't know if there was outside of the Weasleys,
Hmm.
I don't know if there was ever loyalty to Harry directly. I think it was loyalty to Dumbledore that became loyalty vicariously to Harry because Dumbledore understood the prophecy. Because that Neville could have easily been the
Harry Potter
person,
and Harry Potter spot, yeah.
and granted, you don't get any of that in the movie. You only get that tidbit of information in the books. But
I think you do get it in the movie somewhat because
they don't they
I'm
don't
talking about
discuss they don't discuss in any of the movies that Neville and Harry share a birthday in the same month.
the way his skill set is, like he picked up on everything way faster than
True,
Harry did.
but they
And
they never they never hint in any of the movie that Neville could have also been attacked.
mhm.
They only talk about that bit of information in the actual book, and you find that out in the Order of the Phoenix book. So I think it was more of a vicarious situation
Right.
because even in I take you to the movie when they was it I think that was the Deathly Hallows, the first one when they were leaving from Harry's house for the last time, and they were all riding on the brooms and everybody had to look like Harry when they left. When uh Shacklebolt and Lupin meet at the Weasley's house and they're testing each other with the question.
I think I know what
Uh,
you're talking about. Go ahead, keep going.
Shacklebolt says, "What was the last thing that Dumbledore spoke to the pair of us?" And Lupin's response was, "Trust Harry. He's our last resort." That isn't loyalty to Harry to protect him. That's
That's
loyalty to
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. And
Yeah,
even in Snape's flashback, Snape even says to Dumbledore, it's not that you've been protecting him, you've been holding him like a lamb for slaughter because you knew that there was a piece of Voldemort that was inside of Harry and Harry became a Horcrux by accident.
So
So
we can
the
we
question is
should have
always
been Neville.
there, huh?
Safely say it should have been Neville.
I mean, I don't know if I mean I think if it had been I think it would have been cool to see how it could have been Neville. I
I
think
would love to see that in the show.
yeah, like I would love to see the moment that Voldemort pick Harry's family versus picking Neville's family. Like Neville, it's not like Neville gets away unscathed. Like his parents suffered the Cruciatus curse and are in a mental institution for the rest of their life. So I wonder if that is the caveat that
Right.
Voldemort took. Like, did he torture Neville's parents first? He was gonna be Neville and then pivoted to Harry's parents, or was would the attack on Neville's parents for some other reason?
There's a conspiracy on that one as well. Definitely conspiracy on that one as well. I'm happy you said that. Oh my goodness.
Like
Now,
I completely nerd out about Harry Potter. Like I was one
nah,
of those folks that stood in line every time one of the books came out. And I have to give credit to my BFF, my Disney friend Aaron, who's the person who got me into the Harry Potter books anyway. So like I missed the first book. I didn't get in on the Harry Potter series until Chamber of Secrets.
right. See, that's crazy because I didn't get into it until Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
And then when everything started going haywire in my life, my people bought me the rest of the books. Like, dude, you missed these two. And then they gave me Twilight on top of that. So imagine reading all them books and then all of a sudden you jump into vampires and werewolves.
That's crazy.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I can deep dive into it about 8 feet. But from people that I know who can go 10 feet, I love to hear from them as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely 12 feet in.
Oh,
Like,
I'm with it. Like, and what was the? How did you feel about the Prisoner of Azkaban movie? My personal feeling, it made me think that family was everything,
yes.
and
It was
it hurt me
it took a little bit of a goofy turn.
with the Dementors.
Well, not with the Dementors. Like, remember in the Prisoner of Azkaban, this is when Harry gets on the night bus because he blew up Uncle Vernon's sister.
Yeah,
So it gets very comedic in this book. And again, this is when the series starts to make a turn. This is when it starts to get a tad bit darker. You know,
yeah,
going full dark in books 4 and 5, but the comic piece of it I think took away from the movie because you get the Whomping Willow that starts smacking birds and throwing snow and all that other kind of stuff. To me, it was unnecessary. It didn't add or it didn't add anything to the story. Like I get the seasons are changing, but did I have to see the tree shake off the winter? No, because I never saw the tree shake winter off any other time, and
that's a
I
fact. That's a
understood
fact.
the season. You know, um, so I don't think I think the main vein of the book was there.
Hmm.
I just think they could have done better with it.
I think that was the book where they changed directors for the first time,
Hmm.
and they changed directors, and you're right, it did feel real comical, especially when it became between him, her, and the cousin from the house in the beginning.
Yes,
It felt very weird. Like now all of a sudden you get older, now you want to tease him, but you really have nothing to tease him for.
exactly.
Like all everything he's done to you. and you still got the nerve to tease this man because he's still living in the basement under the steps. Like, dude, he can make you disappear if he really decided to get pissed off and do that. He would be my best cousin ever.
Ever, ever.
And like, dude, I can go to your school and hang out for a little bit and then come back. And you keep teasing this man. There's no way possible. That's not the is that the same one when they fell in the zoo?
When they
Or that was
fell
the
in the zoo,
no, when they went to the zoo, no matter of fact, that was the first one.
yeah, that was the first
With
one.
the petting zoo. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Now that we want to speak about the mentors, I have to ask you, out of all of the teachers and villains there, who was your favorite?
Ugh.
I know my two because they're hilarious, and when they got hurt, I laughed even more.
Well, you go first because I got a that's a hard one for me.
Mine outside of Voldemort was the teacher who kept putting the signs on the wall every time they did. No tying your shoes after 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it
No
with the pink.
with the pink. What is her name? Like Miss Pink. I can't call her Miss Pinky. Oh God, no! Don't do that.
Look. Now I'm about to look it up because it's like right on the tip of my tongue.
But it's her and it's the fake sorcerer from which one was it? The one with the snake.
Chamber of Secrets,
The
Gilderoy
chamber see
Lockhart.
the author. He was the fake author. That all the girls were
Yeah,
falling in love with him.
Lockhart.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I was there's no way in where he's on. Harvey is here. He's getting my entire collection. Like, bro, I don't even know you, cuz.
And I didn't even want your books. Dolores Umbridge is the other teacher.
Umbridge, yeah, Miss Umbridge, yes. She reminded me so much of Murder She Wrote.
Yeah.
Every time she turned around, I was like, okay, what else is going on this wall? Do not do this. Do not show up. That's when they were practicing magic behind the wall, and she found out.
Yes, that was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That was a good
yeah,
one.
that was a good one. That was a good one. Who you got?
Teachers. Ugh. Yeah, it's hard because okay, let me separate. So in the book, my favorite teacher was France, who is a centaur, um, who took over. What was he teaching? I think he ended up teaching some type of astronomy or something along those lines because he was always reading the stars.
Yeah,
I liked him, and he was in book two, I believe. Um, so to pivot to the movie, Professor Trelawney was probably one of my favorites just because she was cuckoo as fruitcake.
don't do that.
But she had her moment. Like she was the one who gave the initial prophecy about Harry and Voldemort. And then when we actually do meet her in Prisoner of Azkaban, she gives the prophecy about Pettigrew. Uh
Peter Pettigrew.
yeah, she gave the prophecy about Pettigrew and Voldemort getting back together. So as nutty as she was, when it counted, it counted. But my overall favorite teacher is probably gonna be McGonagall.
See, I don't went with Snape as well because
Yeah,
Snape was very mysterious when it came to this book, and you had to actually understand, like you said before, you had to understand his background story and who he was. And he did not play when it came to being on playing both sides of the room.
yeah. But he had to.
Eh,
In order for them to understand what Voldemort was doing, they had to have somebody on the inside that they could trust. Lucius was on the inside. He didn't want to be, but he was a part of Voldemort's team and he knew everybody else, but you couldn't have got no information out of Lucius because he was afraid of Voldemort. The thing
right.
about Snape is that he wasn't afraid of him.
He talked
Snape
to him like they
played
were
his role.
homeboys at the same time they were enemies.
Yeah. But
Every
at the end of the day, Snape, and I think this has to do a lot with the fact that he was a potions master. Like Snape was not afraid of Voldemort.
facts.
Anytime that you saw Voldemort interact with Snape, Snape was not like the rest of the Death Eaters. They all feared him. Snape did not, and I know exactly why Snape did not, because he knew that he had Dumbledore in his on his side. And the only person that Voldemort could not beat, could not
Was
defeat, was Albus Dumbledore.
I was done with they changed Dumbledore in the middle of the series.
Yes, because the guy who initially played him died.
I was looking at him one day, I was like, he looks totally different.
Yeah, the first two movies was one guy, and then that guy passed away. And
Right.
then the newer one came in on the third and played all the way to the end.
Yeah, because he was more aggressive.
Yes.
He was more aggressive. You could tell as the movies went on. The darker it got, the darker he got.
But in Dumbledore was aggressive. He was forceful. Be prime example. And I mean he spoke a little lighter in the
Right.
books, but the urgency of stuff was always there. Now when you and I give you this difference here. When you listen, and I actually have all the books on audio because I like listening to how people interpret and do all the voices.
Yeah.
When you hear somebody read from the Goblet of Fire when Harry's name got pulled out of the goblet.
Wow, that was just in my brain just now because I was typing up on my phone and I could picture him going, Harry Potter.
Yeah, like real soft, like fatherly talking to him. Did you put your name in the goblet? No, sir. No, I'm gonna ask you again, Harry. Did you put your name? But in the movie,
It went full
Dumbledore
throttle.
came off strong.
Full throttle.
Like jacked Harry up, threw him against the wall, smacked him around a couple times, and asked him if he put his name in the cup. Like that's different than the Dumbledore that we have in the book.
But it's like we know that the goblet was for age appropriate wizards. With that he was what, a year off?
Yeah, he was no, because
Yeah.
Fred and George were off. So he had to be 2 years off.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cause they made that potion that tried to sneak in
And they
to
ended
make
up
the
growing the beards.
old asses. But
So
that tournament,
Percy would have been old enough to actually do it. So Harry and Ron were 2 years off of them. Or yeah, well, a yeah, 2 years off of them because they would have been a year off because Fred and George would have been a year off Percy. So yeah,
that was also a very good movie, especially when the reporter kept telling everybody with his dangerous blue eyes. Like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm not doing this.
them quick quills. But again, like I wish they would have done Rita Skeeter some justice in the movie
Okay.
because she was an animagus and her animal was a ladybug. So that's how Rita got all her information. She would be a ladybug on a flower or on a petal, listening to all of this stuff,
All
and
this
then
stuff
come back
going
and write
down.
about it.
Man, listen, there was so much detail that they left out of the movie that they can make a whole new 7-part series on this movie.
And I hope to see that in the HBO series that they do, that they show some of these nuances that we didn't get to see in the movie. I don't even mind y'all retell. I mean, you're gonna be retelling the same story.
Right.
We all know what's fitting to happen, but the nuances of all the other lines that you see from the books versus what we got in the movie, I hope that they play all of that up.
That brought me to this question. What's the scoop on the future of Harry Potter?
I'm honestly, Dan, there's so much that
Mm,
they still have the ability to do. Now, granted, I don't want to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child as a movie. They can miss me with that.
That should be a Netflix movie.
Yeah, I can see that. But
Netflix
don't
movie.
I'm not going to no theater to go and see that.
Right.
I was pissed when I had to read the stage play because that's what the book was. It was a stage um of it. But
You
yeah,
look pissed. You
it
look pissed.
I opened that book and saw somebody name and a line. I was like, "Are you serious?" Um, but there's still so much. Like we've been saying, the whole show. There's so many other nuances within the books
Right.
that they still have yet to tap in. I think Harry, Ron, and Hermione as adults and being aurors and all of that other kind of stuff, I still think that there is a world that could still be made from that and
Hmm.
stuff that could still be done. I mean, though you got rid of Voldemort, where there is one villain who rises to power, there's
There's
somebody
another
right behind them willing to
facts.
take their spot.
Cause
So
I ain't gonna lie. The Tom Riddle situation, I was like, bro, his real name is actually Tom Riddle this whole time.
yes, and he talks so much about the pureness of Magic Kind to come to find out that he's a half blood himself.
That's the crazy part.
That was the twist that I did not see coming.
You had all that mouth about him, and then you're the same thing that he is. Like, come on, man.
Yes.
So, did you ever see the HBO show?
No.
Go to HBO Max and put in Harry Potter. There's a game show.
Oh, the game show. Yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
game show.
And they got the reunion. I think it was a 10-year reunion or 20-year
I
reunion.
saw that.
Man, they act like they can pretty much to me. I think they can still play these characters.
They could definitely play them as adults.
Yeah,
I
but like
mean,
I said, on
Drake,
another
the guy
aspect.
who plays Draco, is gonna be on the series. He's gonna be Lucius. I think that's what I saw.
That'll be different.
It will be, but to
That'll be
see
different.
to see that actor come back and revise another role, like it's just kind of the continuity that you want to see. I mean, game shows. There was a Harry Potter bake competition.
Yes.
They have developed. Universal Studios has a whole theme park section at Universal that's dedicated to Harry Potter. There are several Harry Potter wizarding stores that sell nothing but the merchandise. All the house colors and all of those types of things for people to be able to do. There was a show that they did about people who actually play some level of Quidditch. They ain't flying on no broomsticks, but they use the broomsticks and they
Hmm.
play the game. So I mean, the fandom itself, like, is craziness, and there's so much more that could be done with it. Even if they wanted the stories to continue, you've got Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
See, that one was cool. It reminded me a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah,
Where we running
I
we
could
running
see
around catching these
how that
animals.
that could appeal, but it gave you Dumbledore's backstory.
It did. And on behalf of that, Johnny Depp played a hell of a role in that movie.
He did, yeah, and I'm telling you, I
Johnny Depp
wish
played a hell
that
of a
they would
role.
have let that man revise that role. Like the guy who came in afterwards and played Grindelwald, like, not to take anything away from him, like he played it well, but Johnny Depp set the bar for that dude,
Yeah,
like for that
that
character.
was around the time during that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he get it. But he was in talks to doing it again. But so I don't know. But he's also in talks to doing Ghost Rider. So
Okay. But I mean, I played the Hogwarts Legacy game, and just the
yes. God,
expansiveness of that game world and the things that they are still building into that game, like,
yeah.
is just astronomical
See,
for
I didn't know you played that game.
yes.
So now we got see. That's why I said you were the only one that I chose to do
But
this.
when I told you like I'm 12 feet into this, like I'm
Yeah,
12 feet into this.
it didn't dawn on me about the game until you just said it. So now I beat the game, and I know
Okay.
you've beaten the game.
I have yet those though.
You ain't beat it yet.
No, not yet.
Are you still playing it?
I am. But I again, because I'm 12 feet in,
Right.
I enjoy just like fading into the game. So I'm not
Yes.
always following the story. I'm going off and doing other things and
Yes, that was me. I'm going off running in the caves, fighting the weirdest
yeah,
spiders
spidey.
I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
yeah.
And they started going in the ground and popping up for my dear life. Please don't pop
Mm-hmm.
up behind me.
Yep.
And the end of the game is something special.
Okay.
I will tell you that it's something special. So, is the Hogwarts game a brand new story, or does it continue from the Harry Potter? Because
I
I was
think it's
confused as if it was a brand new child coming from another child's perspective.
yes. So it is an expansion of Harry Potter world. It is
Right,
not a game that you are defeating like Voldemort or anything like that.
right,
It's a new villain that has shown up, and because you have exceptional gifts as your character, your exceptional gifts are what help defeat whoever's at the end of the game. So is it a retelling of the story? No. It's just an expansion of the world that we know.
listen, you say expansion because one of those conspiracy theories. Here we go. One of them conspiracy theories is that while the Harry Potter situation is going on, this is going on the other side of the castle
Mm,
because the spiders that are on there now watch the spiders, and all of a sudden you got the spiders. It's like you in a whole different town from where they was at in the show.
yeah,
Hagrid, they're on this town, this city, and you're behind in the back part of the city. Like, wait a minute, I
yeah,
can see it, but I don't know.
and that's why I can't gravitate to that theory because it doesn't hold up. Because
Okay.
at some point the battle for Hogwarts has to happen.
Hmm.
And I don't get that in the game. I get a fight, but I don't get that level of fight. And you can't tell me if I'm on one side of the castle and y'all fighting on the other side that our fights don't cross. That's
Right.
just
There's no
ridiculous.
way you're never
So
going to see her.
yeah, exactly. So I can gravitate to some of these conspiracy theories, but that one I can't.
What about the one where they said Voldemort was really Harry Potter's father?
Nah, I can't get that one either.
So it was, what is it? She left him for the husband while she was pregnant. It was very Days of Our Lives ish,
Yeah. And
and I
that
was
he
like,
was
okay,
he was coming to kill Harry to kind of get back at her. Yeah, I can't.
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
get
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't get behind that one.
So
Now, the ones that I can get behind, uh the so I was talking to my therapist about this show.
your
And
therapist.
yeah, my therapist. And because my therapist knows I podcast. So one of the things that we talk about is how I balance my life with the whole podcasting situation. And I was telling him, that I was going to be on this show and we were talking about Harry Potter. And I was like, the part of the show that I really can't wait to get to is when we start talking about the conspiracy theories. And he was
Right.
like, what theories? So he told me that I can't leave this particular theory for last because it's so dark. So I have to start with this one. So,
Oh God.
a theory that I can get behind, and it is very dark, is that Harry is still underneath of those stairs at the Dursleys. And this fantastical world, Hogwarts, magic, everything that we know is all happening in his mind. That this magic and all of this kind of stuff is a coping mechanism for the fact that his parents have died and he has to live with this horrible family. So he has imagined magic, the fact that he is the chosen one, that his parents didn't just die in a car crash, that his parents' death like really had some substance and some meaning to it. And
Oh
that's
God.
why he has to live with the Dursleys. I I could get behind that because of what I know about stress and trauma and
Right.
mental health and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. Like that would make so much sense. It would be horrible if at the end of all of this, Harry woke up still a kid underneath of those steps and the Dursleys were still being horrible to him. But I can't get away from the nagging feeling that, yeah, it could have went that way.
It could so okay. Based off of how I put it could have went the same way as Agatha all along.
Yes.
When everything was in the room and she just put the
Y-
whole thing together.
yes. Absolutely.
So what if we say that he wasn't in the bottom of the steps? He was actually in the room but locked in. Get that Cinderella treatment.
It could have been.
And his mental mind frame just kept him alone in the room under the steps. That's
It
crazy.
it
Un-
it could have very easily have been that
that's
the level of
bananas.
trauma that he had about his parents, he could have been in a mental institution for all we knew. And this was a straitjacket strategy to keep him calm. Like he could have been on some level of medication that made him loopy. And he imagined all of because he was on some psychedelic trip.
I mean,
Like,
think about it. You got frogs coming out of a deck of cards. It's not too far
yes.
fetched. It's not too far fetched.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, werewolves, vanishing cabinets, like magical candy, a game that you fly around on broomsticks and all of that kind of stuff. Like
The
it
damn
it is a
tree, the whomping willow
fantastical,
tree.
yeah, it's a fantastical dream. Kevin, it's a
Bruh.
conspiracy theory, dear. We're not saying that it is the truth.
Yeah.
The
Speaking of
other two,
Kevin, hold
the
on, hold on. Let me get one out of the way. Speaking of Kevin, he's the guy that told me that Harry Potter is similar to Star Wars.
huh?
Star Wars.
Kevin say that about a lot of stuff, and it is the so I write plays, I read a lot of stuff, and it is the typical hero trope that the
Right.
hero goes through. It's a cycle, and without getting too like meta and deep into it, the hero has some problem that they have to overcome. They meet some older, wiser person that helps to guide them along their hero's journey. And they have
Obi-Wan
all of these
Kenobi.
trials and things like that they have to encounter and go through. Uh, Relationships that they make, friends that they make along the way to help them get to it before they achieve the goal. And then the cycle starts all over again. So
And it is a normal plot.
yes, but it's what writers call, I think it's called a hero trope or something like that.
Yeah.
But it literally is a whole circle that the hero's journey goes through. So Kevin saying that it's similar to Star Wars isn't far fetched, but it's similar to a lot of movies that have one single hero. Shut up. Ain't you supposed to be like on vacation or something? Um,
Yeah, you're supposed to be using the butter right about now.
yeah, right.
Don't worry about us.
Don't
You
worry
supposed to
about
have on a
us.
hockey mask playing Jason. She supposed to run around the house. You supposed to go get her. Bet you that'll shut them up. No,
Yeah,
Kev, it
so
is not
it's
Star
called, it
Wars.
literally is called The Hero's Journey. If you look it up as The Hero's Journey, it'll tell you the hero's journey steps.
And that's crazy because I write screenplays, but I really don't take that approach.
So here's the approach. It's the refusal of the call. So the character is anxious or non-compliant, fear in the future. So let's take it book by book.
Aquaman don't want to be king.
Yes, all of that. So looking at the Harry Potter series, when Hagrid meets Harry in that thing, and he tells him, "Oh, Harry, you're a wizard." Harry is refusing at this point. No, I'm not a wizard. No, I'm just Harry.
Right,
So he's not accepting of it. So then the second piece is meeting the mentor. A mentor provides guidance and support to help the hero overcome their fear. Harry has several mentors along the
a lot
lines.
of them. Jesus,
Dumbledore is the very first one. You could say McGonagall is one. You could say that Lupin becomes one. You can say that Sirius Black becomes one. You can say, Molly and Mr. Weasley become one. They all help him in pieces of the journey or whatever.
right,
The next part is crossing the threshold. The hero enters the unknown, facing challenges that will shape them. So you get the Philosopher's Stone in the first one. Ron, Hermione, and Harry have to go through all of those things to get to the stone. In the second book, they have to go through the Chamber of Secrets. In the third book, they have to figure out how to save Sirius Black. So
that's
they
the
get,
prisoner of Azkaban.
yeah. So yeah. Um so Hermione has the time turner. They have to go through retracing all of their steps to try to figure it out. The Goblet of Fire for book number 4. He has to go through the Triwizard Tournament stuff. Book number 5 is the
Hey,
Order of the
somebody put him in the
Phoenix.
trial with the tournament. I want to know who did that.
Crazy. Um they go to find the prophecy. So he has to figure out what the prophecy means, and then he has the challenge of fighting all of those people, losing Sirius Black, and then having to fight Voldemort in a mental game. So I mean, there's all of the threshold. Then there's the ordeal. The hero is tested and must fight to achieve the goal. You see that all throughout all of the
I'll do the
books.
whole series.
Yep. Tests, allies, and enemies. The hero encounters obstacles, fights enemies, and forms many allies. And then you have the return. The hero returns to the normal world, having overcome all the trials. You see that at the very end of the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah,
So, again, I could run this for a lot of movies. I could run this for Star Wars. I could run this for The Lion King. I could run this for Moana. It
yeah.
is
That's why they
the
said that
typical
Aquaman and
hero
Black
trope.
Panther was the same.
Yeah, all the heroes' paths are going to be the same. So the movies are going to feel similar because they're still following the same journey.
Mm. See, Cam, she broke that shit down for you now. Say that shit again.
But
Shout out to Miss Courtney for being with us for 1 year. Shout out to
yeah,
her.
Courtney,
Shout
sugar
out to you,
cookie.
Courtney. Sugar cookie. Oh, and oh yeah, get this out the way right now. Speaking of cookies, don't you ever call me Lex Luger's biggest fan ever.
It took you long
Oh
enough to get to it.
no, because let me be honest. When it comes to the chat, the group chat, I don't get in it because I know like all of us are, and then the phone is gonna keep constantly dinging. And I'm like, look, I'm trying to make some music here and chill out, and the phone is gonna keep dinging. So when I pop into it, I'm only gonna say 3 words. you,
And you say those
you,
same 3 words every single time.
every time. Sometimes they a little more dramatic than others, but it is what it is. And he
Very
popped
true.
across my TV the other day. I was watching something him and DDP, and I was like, bro, just because I seen him, I'm gonna go in this group chat and I'm gonna say it one time. If I say it, you honestly, it's because I just seen him. What do you? So you don't believe it's? You still believe it's Star Wars? Yeah, whatever. He's
Of
laughing
course.
at me right now. He's laughing at me right now.
That's fine. He need to get on this Harry Potter tip.
You need to get on and stop
He need to
playing.
get on it. And everybody out there, y'all need to get on it. Y'all just need to watch it. First, you
Yeah,
need to read a book.
he. I think for me, when Dumbledore was dying, hit
Mm,
me the most. Wasn't the part of the
bruh
scene
was
he
in
trying to get him to
tears.
drink the water? He be trying to get him to drink the water and he wouldn't drink. And I'm like, bro, that hit me on a personal level. Like, bro, I can't. That's up there with me with Bumblebee about to die in the first Transformers. It
Oh
was,
my gosh.
I could, see, getting emotional right now. Can't do it. Any other conspiracy theories?
So there's one about McGonagall, and that theory is that McGonagall is a Quidditch bookie.
Really?
Bruh, come on now. So she saw Harry, right?
Right.
He is the youngest seeker in a century to be on the team. Gryffindor has not won the House Cup in like 8 years or something like that, I think is what the book says.
And all of a sudden he popped up.
And they start winning. Then McGonagall buys him the Nimbus 2000. Where'd she get money like that from? Not on no teacher salary. She buying no broomsticks.
Did they ever find out that she the one that bought it?
So they hint to the fact that McGonagall bought it. So remember in the movie, it, when the broom gets delivered, where does Hedwig go to after he's delivered the the broom? Who do you see in the movie petting Hedwig? It's
McGonagall.
McGonagall.
Dude, that's crazy.
So
See, I
she's
didn't hear it.
she's
All
overly
mine was like
invested.
my theories had something to do with somebody else being the father, and the one we said about the other dude who had the same birthday as Harry Potter.
Yeah,
That
Neville.
that Neville was supposed to be the one instead of Harry.
Well, you know the theory about the surviving Weasley brother actually being Willy Wonka.
The twin.
Yeah.
I've heard something like that because he's always eating chocolate.
Yes. So after his brother passed, he got into chocolate as a coping mechanism to deal with the fact that he no longer has his twin. So he becomes the person to whom we know as Willy Wonka.
You see that?
I could.
That would
Most
be a hell of a twist or a
it
nice
would
show.
be. It would be. Because remember, the original, the
And they
original
both
Willy
take place
Wonka.
in London. They both in London.
Yes. And the original Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder's character, was Ginger.
That's a fact.
So that's the other theory. I mean, there's one that says Snape is a vampire, but I'm not too keen on that one.
Yeah, I seen that one today. I was like, huh?
Yeah, just because he
He-
liked the dark and he's pale, like that a vampire does not make. So
yeah.
it's cute, but no
That's the case. He's a part of Sinners.
facts.
Yeah, that's
He
not
ain't got
gonna
no rhythm though.
that's we're not doing this. Not doing not
I don't think Snape could dance. So he been to two parties. He been to the Triwizard Tournament Ball and to the Slughorn's Christmas party, and you don't see him dance not once.
how the brother say he teaches his brother how to dance.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my God, Miss Chris, we come down to the final question. And what is your final thoughts about the whole Harry Potter series franchise?
I have to tip my hat to
Okay.
J.K. Rowling for developing such a world that has so much nuance to it. When you look back at great movies, great movie series like Star Wars,
Mhm.
um, and things like that that just have unlimited potential for the franchise. You have to give credit to her and the Harry Potter franchise for how far this franchise really could go. Um, and there's so much more that could be done. You could make a whole Harry Potter hotel, and I promise you that it would always be booked. You
I'll be the
could,
one going.
I sure would. You could create a school where kids could dress up in the house colors, and I promise you tons of kids would go to the school. I'm sure some parents would
Oh,
sign up to
wouldn't it
be
be
teachers at the school.
what's kind of crazy though? If Slytherin was for freshmen, Hall Gryffindor was your senior.
Was a senior, yeah. I mean, there's just so much creativity in this franchise that it could go on for a very, very long time. Like, it has, to me, the same staying power as some of these other cult classic movies, has the same staying power as a Star Wars or Transformers franchise. Like, it's just so much, and I really think we're only scratching the surface when it
I agree
comes to
with
a
you.
lot of this stuff.
I agree. Like for once again, I agree with you. I had to shout out to the author J.K. Rowling because on the lines of what you said, the stories are so detailed, and you can actually take out numerous amount of detail from the book and still make a wonderful series that, till this day, a lot of us still won't look at it, but they'll look at it in the house when nobody's around.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them books and movies that you should not be afraid to understand this movie and watch this movie because this movie is timeless. It's the only movie that you see next to Die Hard that comes on during the holiday season. Now, I
The
did not say Die Hard
non
was a Christmas
Christmas
movie.
movie.
To each his own. To each his own. If I say Christmas tree in the movie, you're a Christmas movie.
Bye.
um, but yeah, is every one of Harry Potter's movies happen to have a Christmas?
Well, they're in school, so it's
Yeah,
gonna
but
have a Christmas tree in it.
I mean, yeah, I need to see what
But
they're going. I need to
but
see them in
think,
the summer. What they do last summer.
hilarious. But think, you have so much information in front of when Harry went to school. You have the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them franchise. I
Hmm.
could so be interested in seeing how Hogwarts came to be Hogwarts, how the
Fact.
four houses actually came together. Who wouldn't want to see Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw,
Younger.
Salazar Slytherin? Like, who wouldn't want to see the founders of every house developing Hogwarts? Then you could fast forward to Harry and all of them being adults. Like, who wouldn't want to see what happened to them after they left Hogwarts? We got a snippet of that.
At
You
the
know,
end.
Ron and Hermione were married. Harry and Ginny were married. Draco and I think that's supposed to be Pansy Parkinson were married, and Draco had that big
Hmm.
old beer belly or whatever. But seeing them interact as adults,
It would be
all of those
crazy.
types of things, like, who wouldn't want to see like something like that that has some level of action to it? I mean, it's you got
So,
all of their kids that are
so
now
you could
going
put
to
it as though
Hogwarts. So
you could put
it's
it as
still a
though the
ton of stuff
Fantastic
that's there.
Beast. My fault. You could put a Fantastic Beast being in the beginning. You could develop that for another six more movies,
Yes.
and then jump to Harry Potter. You don't even have to go to Harry Potter just yet. Because like based off if it goes down the way that you're saying, by the time we get back to they show the actual death of Harry Potter's parents, we should be about 10, 20 movies in.
Facts.
Then you get to Harry Potter, and then you get to the adulthood of them.
I
But would
mean,
you want to see all of them as movies or as TV shows?
I think some of them would make good TV shows and not make good movies. Like, think about let's take the Order of the Phoenix for example. When Harry's parents and stuff were alive in the order, this first attack on Voldemort. I
Right.
don't think that would be a good movie, but could it be a hell of a good TV series? Absolutely. One that I would run back to every Wednesday, like how we ran for Agatha all along, how we
Come
ran
on
for
now.
Loki, you know,
Come on now.
all of those types of things. Like it would be amazing as a miniseries. But and I think that that's where you have to draw the line. I think the more fantastical the space, like even going back to Hogwarts when Snape and all of them first got there. Like I'd
Right.
love to see like we saw snippets of how they all interacted in school, but wouldn't you want to find out how Snape became Snape?
Listen, I would want to see the trial of Tom Riddle when it first happened.
Yes. Like
When it first happened.
how he became who he was, how he developed all of the Horcruxes over time. Like all of that kind of stuff is just interesting to me. Though I think those would make now the Tom Riddle line. I think would probably make a good movie because there'd be a lot of upfront action and
Hmm.
sinisterness in the movie
Oh,
that I
that'd be
think
so dark.
it would, yeah, it would be super dark. But I think it would be good. People would go and see that. The number
Okay.
of Slytherin people that I know for a fact would run to that movie theater. I see it.
What? I'm in there. I'm trying to get that tattooed on me.
Yes.
That is me. Okay, so now we're done with that. Miss Chris, what is going on the Coffee and Tea podcast? Is there anything going down?
So we still are getting ready for the next show, which is entitled Snap, Crackle, and Pop. It is it
Why do you
is
call
a
it that?
huh?
Every time I hear you say it, I'm thinking Rice Krispies.
Yeah, and that really is the point. It is a
Okay, okay.
show that we're just going to talk about all the things that happen to our bodies after 35. And it's gonna be a funny show. Your co-star, your co-host, Mr. Kevin Crazy Gross, is supposed to be a guest on my show, for that one in particular. So we'll be
Mm,
getting ready to put that out, and then I am in development for a show later down the line. We had such a good time with our coffee and tea after dark, that we potentially will be doing another one of those.
oh
And I
boy,
hope to get Courtney on the show
oh
for
boy,
that one. So
oh boy,
yeah, good
oh
stuff.
boy, oh boy. That's actually wonderful to hear. That snap crackle and pop. I will have to tune in for that one because I'm gonna pop up and be like, Chris, my elbow just went this way. There it
Look,
is. Never had
look,
to get
all
out of
them
bed and stretch and everything pop at the same time before I sleep.
man.
Oh,
That and the fact that you stretching could give yourself a hernia. Like
what?
our
You
bodies
ever
are
stretched
not
and caught
fair
a
to
cramp?
us after 40. Like
You ever stretched and caught a cramp?
yes, I have.
So on my side, I would first of all as Kev. I know he's doing the collabs. Another album coming out soon. Got a couple artists I've heard of, and one of them is one of your favorites. I don't remember his name off the top.
Raheem
Yeah,
Anderson.
Raheem Anderson. There it is. I heard a couple of his joints. He's good. Kev let me listen to a couple of exclusive tracks. Like, whoo, okay, okay. Also, on my end, we have out Macca, aka Make America Create Again, which is a good album that I put together with some of the top producers that I know of growing up with. and we're all just on here having a good time. Me, Lady Nightingale, my son Showtime, my brother LZ, my brother Crazy Kev.
Mm-hmm.
We got we got a lot more coming. Mac or 2 will probably come out later on this summer. Make America Create Again. That's just because of the fact that I feel as though people are scared to be creative. They don't want to get critiqued. So I'm gonna tease this whole thing. What is going on over here?
I can't comment right now. I can't.
Okra water. What is going on here? I drink aloe water.
That's a
It makes,
okra water.
I know, but I drink aloe water. It makes my skin, you know.
Nice, nice, nice and velvety and
mm,
lovely.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I look like corduroy from the book from 88, 88. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we are gone for today. You can reach us all anywhere on the show on any social media platform at 2 Fat Guys Podcast 99. That is 2 Fat Guys Podcast 99. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. See ya.
Gonna tell them the truth one time. I thought they knew. This is the two fat guys, two fat guys, two fat guys, two fat guys podcast. Straight out of Be-More. Yeah. That's Baltimore for all them haters. Tell them 2 fat guys. Yeah. 2 fat guys podcast. Gonna tell them the truth one time.